Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Call halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Real quick, I'm going to give double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us His truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Shalom to 144,000. And as you can see in this clip right here, okay, these are Hamites, all right, Africans. And as you see, they're enjoying a meal of fly-infested monkey meat, okay? Which just shows you that we are not the same people as the Africans. You don't call Japanese people Chinese. You don't call Chinese people Japanese. There's a difference, all right? These, are heathens, all right? These are heathens. Anybody who's not an Israelite from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, from your father's seed line, you are an heathen, all right? And it's not about color. This isn't a black thing, all right? This isn't a black thing. This isn't about being black, okay? I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. Which really ain't none of us black, all right? We are Israelites, okay? And have different variations of brown, okay? We're different variations of brown. But, when you see these Hamites, and the way they live, it shows you that they're heathen. It shows you that we're not the same people. All right, so let's go up a few precepts, just getting right to the point, because we in a time of a great awakening. And you got a lot of our people that still think they're African, okay? Still think that Africans are the same people, and that's a lie. It says, Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7, because Esau told you was African, right? It says, verse 7, it says, but against any of the children of Israel, which happen to be you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians. That's what the Bible calls you. That's what the Most High calls you, Israel, okay? But this, America will call you Africans or African Americans or whatever, right? It says, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that the Lord hath put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So the Lord has put a difference between us and these heathens, man. Okay, the Lord has put a difference between us and these heathen. All right, let me play this clip right here too, because I just saw this. I don't want to lose it.
Every single race hates black people, black Americans. Y'all don't find it weird that every single race hates black people, black Americans, even Africans? Like, it gotta be something so special that makes us hated by all. And we ain't do shit but be born. Y'all don't find...
Now, she said even Africans, all right? Showing you that we're not the same people. It's all the spirit. This just happened to be on, it just happened to be the video right after that video. And somebody typed, it said, we are God's people, okay? Deuteronomy 7 and 6, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth, okay? So we are above all people that are upon the face of the earth. All right, and this woman said Africans love you. No, they don't. Africans hate us. All right, some of they women might want to deal with us. I've dealt with an African woman before, but deep down inside, she had hatred towards me because we're not the same people. Okay, her people conquered my people, and I will always tell her, your people conquered my people in Egypt, and now we're about to conquer your people. Okay, that's all right. Hey, that's all right. What goes around comes back around. All right, let's go back up though. See some of these comments. All right, because people are, it's all in Spanish for some reason, or probably in African, in a different language. Unsee. All right, but this right here is completely off. This is wicked, man. Okay, this going to NLT. It says, but among the Israelites, it will be so peaceful that not even a dog will bark. I don't like this translation. Then you will know that the Lord makes a distinction between the Egyptians and the Israelites. Nah. I don't like that translation. Let's go back to the KJV. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Who is he talking about? Who is the dog he's talking about? Is he talking about a little dog that barked? No, he's talking about a heathen. Okay? These are little pups. Okay? Little dogs. All right? If you are, a heathen nation, you will be considered a dog. All right? And some of our people, even who act like these heathen, they're considered dogs. All right? It says, against man or beast, that it may be known that ye may know how the Lord hath put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. So the Lord put a difference between us. We're not the same people. Okay? And let's go over here. All right, and I want to go right here too, because going into, you know, the Levitical law, it tells us what animals we can and can't eat. This is a guideline for us to know what's edible and what's not edible, what's food and what's not food. It says in Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 1, it says, And the Lord Yahawah spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, it have parted hooves, and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud. Among the beasts that shall ye eat. Now a monkey, let me see if I can see it in this video. Oh, it's gone, whatever. But those monkeys, they didn't have cloven foot, hoof feet. They don't chew the cud. Okay. So those animals are not meant to be eaten. It says, Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because it cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. It is unclean unto you. Okay, so it's just an example. Okay, these are the guidelines of what we're supposed to eat and what we're not supposed to be eating. So a monkey is off the table. Okay, a monkey is off the table, but that's what they eat in Africa, monkey meat. Let's go right here. This is what happened when we was in Egypt, okay? The Israelites was in Egypt. It says, Exodus chapter 1 and verse 7, it says, And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly, and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them. This is when we was in Egypt. Now, when we was in Egypt, it was Jake in Egypt. It wasn't Edomites, okay? They would have got sunburnt and sun cancer. All right? And now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Because we was under so much stress and oppression that, all Jake could do was make babies. So we was multiplying, okay? We the baby kids. We don't die, we multiply. It says, Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. And this is what happened when we was in Africa. This is why those Africans came up against us. And by the way, what were we doing in Africa? Okay, were we the pharaohs? And no, we were slaves. It says, Therefore they did set them over them taskmasters, who to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. This is why you see those, different, sites. Okay, these different sites and these particular, sightings in Egypt with the pyramids. Okay, the Sphinx. Who do you think built that? Okay, who do you think built that? And they tell you that it was, some technology we can't, which the angels probably helped us, but ultimately it was a Israelite who had a foot on his neck. Okay, a big Hamite foot on his neck. Smelled like bunions. It says, but they were more, but the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Yeah, you had to serve hard bondage. You had to serve rigor and hard bondage. Oh my God. This lady just locked me out again. It's retarded. I'm going to have to remember that when it's her turn to come behind me. It says, it's cold as hell out here, man. It's not Florida-like. But it says, let's finish this up. It says, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage. They made our lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. We had to, work hard. They had us building, continually. And that's how, Egypt was a super city or a superpower in the world at that time, because of what? the Israelites were there. And now, who is the superpower of the world today? America. Why is that? Because the Israelites are here. Okay, so we are those people. All right, and we're coming back to the Lord in truth and sincerity. And He's working with us, building us back up. Okay, into a treasure city. That's what YAHAWASHI is doing with us. All right, these other Hamites, or these other nations, these Hamites, these Egyptians, all right, these all these particular nations, they all are going to have to bow down to the Israelites. All right, but that's just a quick lesson. Quick video I want to show. Lord, we don't get strike. Nobody got harmed in making this video. Okay, that's just their customs. That's what they do. This is not any cyberbullying. We're not making fun of them. I gotta say this for the algorithm's sake, but they're just heathens, and heathens are going to do what heathens do. Okay, and us being Israelites, we got to do what the Israelites do. See, now it's time for us to reign. We ain't gonna be eating mud and crap pies and monkey brains and monkey brains covered in flies. And let me say this too, bro. Well, you used to see them old videos of them big old bellies or whatever, But whenever a fly lands on your food, or what you call food, that's not food. This monkey meat is not food. When a fly lands, it lays eggs or whatever, or maggots, and then eventually maggots form in the food. So you gotta imagine all them flies in that monkey meat, they're laying maggots. So they eating that meat and are getting maggots all in their stomach. They got maggots manifesting inside their stomach, making them sick. It's just a dangerous lifestyle. But that's these heathens. Now, let me grab this too. A royal people. Let's grab that. Because us being royalty, now let me step back a little bit. Them being heathens, they can eat that and not die. Okay, they'll eat that and not die. Like these Edomites, they eat all type of madness. These Chinese, Japanese, they eat squid and all type of stuff in there, and they doing just fine. We eat that mess and we dead. Why? It says 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation. So we are a royal priesthood. We are royalty, man. You don't see royalty eating garbage. It says that ye should shew forth the praise of him that hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. And we have obtained the mercy of YAHAWASHI in these last days, man. He's bringing us out of all these false, doctrines, these false beliefs, these false religions, okay, these different, sorceries. He's taking us out of all that, man. Okay, and bringing us back. Okay, but the point was that we are a royal and a holy people, which holy means separate. We're not like these other nations, so we damn sure ain't like no Africans, man. But you got Jake still in 2026 talking about the Africans. Jake will get, those African, depictions tattooed on them and stuff. We ain't Africans, man. All right, we're the Israelites. All right, so come back to who you truly are and serve YAHAWASHI in truth and sincerity, or perish and die the death of the heathen. Shalom, come and show Allah,